Hi, my name is Jazz, and I am an American documentary filmmaker who has had the chance to travel the world telling stories. 7 years ago, I was privileged to move to Perth, Australia, where I began my professional career as a basketball player. And for the first time in my life, I slowed down and took time to figure out who Jazz was. I trained, studied, coached, danced, produced and directed films, met people from around the world, and spent hours upon hours learning to just sit with myself. I learned so much about what made me who I am, or so I thought. You see, there was a moment when I realized something was still missing. My friends and I were documenting an event for Africa Day, and I remember seeing all of these beautiful Africans with such a pride about their homeland. They waved their flags in the air, dancing, laughing, singing, filled with so much joy and pride. And as I stood in the distance, wondering where I connected in, I realized that this joy and pride belonged to me too, but it was taken from me and my ancestors, and I actually didn't know who I was at all. I was who society told me I had to be, but now I was determined to find out the truth. After my time abroad, when I returned home, my grandmother, Doris Dunham, showed me a photo of my great-grandparents dancing in the Chitlin Circuit, and I realized I knew little to nothing about their lives either. But as I started reading, asking questions, and researching about my ancestors, their stories started coming to life, and that is where this story begins. Beyond the Ship is a docuseries that will inspire the African diaspora on the journey of unlocking their history beyond slavery, seeking the truth of their lineage that began in Africa. Through the unpacking of my journey, people from around the world will be inspired to do the same. And the truth of the matter is, we need your help to make this happen. Through research, interviews, traveling, sitting down with elders and experts, and reconnecting with our African roots, the truth will be told. And before it's too late, it's imperative that I document my family's story, so that I can pass it down for generations to come. We will no longer allow society to erase our history. We will begin by telling our own. And so, we ask that you come on this journey with us as we reclaim what has always belonged to us, the truth. We are the African diaspora, and it's time for us to make the journey back home. Join us on our voyage. This is my story beyond the ship, and I challenge you to find out yours. It has been said that when an elder passes away, an entire library burns to the ground. Yet these are the doors that carry the table of contents to the stories passed down by our bloodlines. These are the steps that have been walked upon as we stand on the shoulders of those who have already climbed. And as we follow our ancestors' footprints down the hallways, revealing the deep-rooted history left behind, we realize how sacred time is, as our elders await the questions that will transport us back in time. Somewhere along the line, society urged us to forget our past and to move on with the future. But when we know who we are, we have a better pride in where we're going. And the more I unpack, the more I understand the truth and power they never wanted us to unlock. The truth of where we come from. The truth of who created us. The truth that lies within us. The truth that will set us free. We have been bound for far too long, and our elders hold the key that will allow us to sing a new song. From my family members who descend from and married into the same bloodline as Harriet Tubman, to my grandfather who served his country and is a son of the American Revolution and Civil War, all the way to my great-grandparents and cousin who trailblazed the entertainment industry throughout Jim Crow and the Civil Rights Movement, and my great-grandmother, the daughter of a slave and Native American woman, holding me, reminding us all that we have survived history.